Once upon a time, there was a boy, determined, focused, and driven by an unrelenting desire for success. To him, winning was everything, and success was measured by how hard he could push himself to achieve it. He would model the great runners he idolized and strive to beat their times. One day, this boy was preparing for a race in his small village. He would be racing against two other children who were known for their speed and had proven themselves in contests before. A large crowd gathered to witness the event, and among them was a wise old man who had traveled from afar to observe the boy's journey. The race began, and from the very start, the boy pushed himself harder than he ever had before. If his legs burned, then his lungs must be on fire, but he kept going. As they approached the finish line, the race was tight, but the boy dug deep, drawing on every ounce of determination he had. With a final burst of energy, he crossed the finish line first. The crowd erupted in cheers, celebrating his victory. The wise old man, however, remained still, his face calm and expressionless. The boy, though exhausted, felt a surge of pride. He had won, and that was all that mattered. A second race was called, and this time, the boy would face two new challengers, both strong and fast. Despite his fatigue, the boy was determined to win again. The race began, and once more the boy pushed himself to his limits. Every step was a battle, but he refused to slow down. He could feel the other boys gaining on him, but he refused to give in. With sheer perseverance, he crossed the finish line just ahead of the others. The crowd cheered again, but the wise old man remained unmoved. The boy, panting and drenched in sweat, felt an overwhelming sense of pride, but also a slight unease at the old man's indifference. "Another race, run it again," the crowd called out. The boy, despite his fatigue, was eager to prove himself again and agreed. The wise old man stepped forward and presented two new challengers, an elderly man with a cane and a young girl with a limp. The boy stared in disbelief. "This isn't fair," he protested. "How can this be a race?" The wise man simply said, "Race." The boy hesitated, then took off, determined to finish first, as always. But as he sprinted down the track, he glanced back and saw the elderly man struggling and the young girl hobbling along. The boy slowed down, torn between his desire to win and his conscience. He could finish first easily, but at what cost? Taking a deep breath, the boy turned around and jogged back. He gently took the old man's hand and offered his arm to the young girl. Together, they moved forward, the boy leading them with a steady pace. It wasn't the fast race he was used to, but step by step. They made their way to the finish line. The crowd watched in silence, and as the trio crossed the line together, they erupted into cheers louder than ever before. The wise old man finally smiled, nodding his approval. The boy felt a different kind of pride, one that was deeper and more fulfilling. He turned to the wise man and asked, "Why do they cheer now? Who are they cheering for?" The wise old man looked into the boy's eyes and said, "Little boy, in this race, you have shown not just your strength and determination, but also your heart. Perseverance is important, but so is humility. You pushed yourself to your limits, and that is commendable. But true success comes not just from winning alone, but from lifting others as you rise. In life, it's not just about how fast you can run, but how you help others along the way. Never lose your drive, but remember to stay humble. The greatest victories are those where everyone crosses the finish line together." Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more epic inspirational videos.